and know your prey.
Come on! Don't even joke about it!
My heart's still pounding.
He's still there.
Uncontrollable shaking.
As a member of the Alberta Foothills Search and Rescue Team, Mantracker is used to scouring vast tracts of wilderness. But here in northern Ontario, he's on foreign soil.
The country's a lot closer, a lot denser with brush, more rock, more little pot swamps. You could get into quite a jackpot with a horse out here.
That's where Sandy comes in. Local cattle rancher and 30-year police veteran. At home on a horse and in these woods.
It's going to be a challenge for the fugitives. It's going to be a challenge for us to follow them.
They're tracking Jim and Dara Lee, a couple of outdoor adventurers. Jim lives in the outdoors. From operating a front-end loader to hunting big game.
As a hunter, I don't have to win every day, and if you did, I don't think hunting would be as exciting. This experience, I have to go out there and I have to do it perfect. I can't make a mistake. If I'm caught, it's over.
As the only female firefighter in her station, Dara Lee's used to beating the odds.
I've also got some experience working with horses, and I do know some of the terrain that they're not able to follow us on. Mantracker might have a lot of knowledge and a lot of skill, but I have a few of my own tricks as well.
A flare signals the start of this chase. The prey are off and strategizing.
Yeah, I think it's better to just go around the swamp, and then we'll get off the track.
These two have just met, but they'll have to work together to cross this piece of Canadian Shield. They have a map and a 3-kilometer head start. Their goal? A highway junction called Kirby's Corners. They have 36 hours to get there.
5 minutes and I'm sweating already.
There's no pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. The prey are after glory, and Mantracker's after them.
Mantracker, you have no idea what you're up against.
From 3 kilometers away, Mantracker must locate the site of the flare, and then discover the first sign of the prey's direction on the myriad trails that interlace the dense brush.
We've got several tracks here. It's a public road, so the quads have been traveling on it. Smaller boot print here could be the lady. A different one over here. 2 tracks are side by side, so it's probably the prey. Well, I hope they stay to the middle of the road like that.
Mantrackers ID'd his quarry and their direction, but they aren't sticking to the road.
There's another trail where we can hook up and then head down towards Tupper Lake, which is where we want to go. Whoa! There's a sinkhole here.
No horses getting through there.
They're putting obstacles between themselves and the trackers. It's slowing them down and testing the team.
When I first met Dara Lee, I'm thinking, oh no, here's a city girl. This is going to be a challenge if this is my partner.
I think the only concern that I would have regarding Jim would be that he might be a little overconfident.
All me, like my ideas, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this. And my partner better listen really well. Oh.
You okay?
I'm okay.
Some of them are pretty slippery.
Off to a rocky start, the tangled brush has been catching and snagging the prey, with consequences.
You have stuff all over your pants.
The bear spray went off.
Yeah, look, it's open. You gotta lock that.
Ah, jeez. We were carrying a bear spray with us just in case we encountered wildlife. This stuff can stop the bear in his tracks. Somehow a branch had caught the bear spray and flicked the lock off, and it sprayed me.
Bear spray is not something to take lightly. It can do some serious damage, especially if it gets in your eyes and in your throat or mouth. That should clean your hands anyway. Try to avoid your eyes, though.
Yeah.
And don't leave that on the ground. Put it back in my bag.
The firefighter teaches the hunter a lesson in bushcraft.
They're making it fairly difficult on me here. We've got several trucks have gone down the road today because there's a partridge season open now or something. The road is really hard. There's not too much loose dirt. It's going to be tough to keep track of them in this.
Mantracker has to take the road, and Dara Lee knows the horse's limitations. The prey spend more time going off trail.
When we first got to our location, we realized the bush was very thick. You'd hit terrain that was so rough. A couple times we did go off the trail, not to leave tracks.
This is perfect. There's no way they're gonna see our tracks here, and we can actually go right through under there. The horse will never get through there.
Too much strategy, not enough distance.
I heard the horse. Stay put. Stop moving.
We've got the tracks coming across here to the side of this bridge.
Oh, the bear spray went off. Holy shit. Not even an hour.
Barely an hour into the chase, and the trackers are literally on top of them. The time spent bushwhacking has landed them in a head-on collision with their pursuers.
Somebody has stepped on the ground and then stepped up here and transferred dirt onto that beam. I don't see any signs of where they've gone from there. Getting sneaky fairly early on. Let's go back up the hill, see if we can find where they cut off or where they've come back on the trail.
Dara and Jim got lucky. Mantracker had them right under his boots, but their silence paid off.
Mantracker was so close. There were bugs falling on me. There were spiders, and I had cobwebs on my arms from the weight of the horse above me.
My heart's still pounding. You can see my hand shaking.
We rode back up the hill, couldn't find nothing, so we come back to the bridge, and we looked over here, and there is tracks on this side of the bridge over here. Looks like they might have gone up the creek, so we're gonna go down the trail here, a quarter mile, half a mile, and see if we can pick up their trail where they come back onto this major route here.
Maybe that marsh might be a good spot to lose them.
See this? This rock right here has been all moved out of place. The good thing is we know they're back on the road.
The prey are trying to increase the time-distance gap and get unexpected help from a beaver dam flooding the road.
I don't think a horse would want to go through here. There's no way. I bet you that's about 4 or 5 feet deep.
Did you get your boot?
Oh, yeah.
We got tracks here. Looks like they went across. Any idea how deep this is?
Well, the beavers have flooded the road. It can't be any more than waist deep.
Do you want to go for it?
Let's give it a try. Come on.
Counter-tracking and deceptive strategies continue to rule the day for Dara Lee and Jim.
So this way's gonna think that we went a different way than we're really going. Whoa.
They thought the swamp would stall Mantracker. No such luck.
I don't know why they would take this.
Dee and I were walking on the road and we heard the horses. We only had enough time just to bail into the ditch here.
I got a track up here.
They are really, really close.
That trail kind of keeps going east where this is going south. It's been their general direction. We're going to carry on this way and see if we can catch up to them.
Damn, that was too close. Man.
Mantracker's on their route. They need to reorient.
I want to check the map.
We got to get to this lake. That thing got to be deep enough to stop a friggin' horse.
There's a narrow point in the lake at Bone Lake where we can swim across, and he won't be
Swim
able
the
to.
lake?
and that'll give us a lot of time.
We'll swim the lake.
Dara Lee has the plan, and Jim agrees. They'll swim the lake. Meanwhile, Mantracker heads south, relying on the prey's established direction of travel.
We rode along and we hadn't seen too much for tracks. And typically we would stop every once in a while and just listen. And we did this at one point and we could hear voices off to our left. I actually heard the name Mantracker.
The trackers follow their audio cue, but it leads them into horse hell.
Son of a bitch. Bet you she's 3 miles around it too. Come on. You could lose a horse in this shit. Now, pony, I guess there's no easy way around her. Go, 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 go! Come on, come on! Horses swim?
Yes, they do.
I hope it's an island they're swimming to.
He's still there. He's waiting to see which way we go.
Look at the size of the lake.
Shut up. Don't even joke about it.
Well, I hate to say it, but they made it across. What's the shortest way around this puddle, you know?
I think we have to go back out and continue on the trail we went around. This is the narrow part of the lake. It's big on both ends, but the trail goes right around.
Well, we might as well get started. Get up through.
Yeah. Sorry to let you know, but your socks were in this.
Oh, no, man.
The lake escape has bought them time, but Mantracker knows where they landed. They need to find someplace else to make camp, and Dara is injured.
A while back when we were trying to evade the Mantracker, I got caught in a fallen log, and my ankle is now swollen and bruised. So I'm having a bit of a hard time.
They're desperate and beyond the point of playing by the rules.
And he asked us if we wanted a ride. So now the Mantracker won't have our trail, and we're gonna find a place where we can set up camp.
You didn't see any horses, did you?
Yeah, down the road. If you want to come for a party, we'll make it look all night for you if you want.
Their ride is going north, so they're back on foot.
This is a good spot. We could set up here.
We made it around to the other side of the lake. We're fairly confident that we weren't too far from them at that point, so we were going to camp for the night and try to pick up their trail in the morning.
Jim and Dara Lee need shelter and warmth.
The only thing on my mind was getting that fire up and going. I was wearing the same pants that I swam across and they were still wet. I had to sleep in those pants and it was getting cold fast.
Most of Jim's clothes are wet too, but he layers the rest under his survival suit and beds down.
I hadn't slept very long, maybe an hour. Woke up freezing cold.
Right now, I'm feeling a little down. Very cold night.
I was chilled, started getting Charlie horses.
Early stages, like a hypothermia, uncontrollable shaking.
My heart's still pounding.
You want to go for it?
They are really, really close.
Come on, come on.
Long night. It was cold.
Autumn, north of Superior, and the temperatures plummet. With more than half the distance still to cover, the frozen night has pushed Jim to the brink.
Jim's not doing so good. He actually admitted to me at one point he was so cold last night he couldn't stop shaking. And he thought about even calling it quits, throwing in the towel with Mantracker.
Right now, I feel a little better. Got warm. I've stopped shaking. Did some exercises. Got the blood flowing a little better.
Some food and exercise help put Jim back on his feet, and his partner has a new plan.
I'm gonna make myself invisible so the Mantracker can't find me. How you go?
Good. Let's go.
The new plan looks just like the old one, in different clothes. The prey are still bushwhacking.
Jim,
Yeah.
where are you going?
We gotta get, you got the lake in front of you. You're not gonna get by.
Well, I'm trying to get back up there.
Jim's frustrated. They can't afford to get separated in this swamp. Mantracker doesn't have to go far to find where the prey's tracks reappear on the road.
We followed the little trail in, and there's tracks all over here. Still warm. We can't be too far ahead of us. Got a lean-to of some kind here. Looks like the tracks go out this way. The leaves are all disturbed here. So we can take the road around and hopefully find out where they come out.
I think that's our best bet.
Mantracker races around the trail, confident that he's got his prey pinned in the bush.
There's a lake over here. Mantracker's behind us. We heard the horses. They're not far. Don't, you're gonna tip me off. Watch.
I'm gonna break them all off.
Okay, yeah. Just give it to my hand. There's nowhere else to cross.
We're gonna have wet feet by the end of the day anyway.
Yeah, we decided not to track them through the bush. Sandy had mentioned that there were little pot swamps in there and it would be not very good for us to go through with horses. So we elected to go around the road and pick up their trail on the other side.
Bushwhacking has, for the most part, kept them out of sight of the trackers, but at the cost of speed.
We're falling behind.
And what are we gonna do when we find the road?
We're gonna head south. We wasted 3 hours climbing mountains. We just gotta get places like this where we can put some distance behind us.
And just as they begin to gain that distance, Dara Lee's ankle grinds the action to a halt.
I tried taping Dee's ankle this morning, and we ended up wasting a lot of tape. But it just went. So she's gonna do it herself.
I'm out of tape.
That's it.
That's it. That'll have to do.
We got some tracks here, Sandy. Just like you said, come out of the bush right around here somewhere. Looks like we got both sets of tracks. Definitely going this way.
There's a lake up here called Sill Lake, and there's an old mine site there.
We're in the open here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
This is a good example of what we call a track trap. We got a small lake on one side, we got big rocks and heavy going on that side.
Track trap. The prey are funneled onto track-revealing terrain.
Yeah, we got tracks right there.
Look, no trails.
The gravel ridge looks like a good way to hide their footprints, but it's a dead end.
As we're skirting the bottom of the lake, we heard something over back at the mine site. Looking through the trees, there's Mantracker. Mantracker, he's on us.
Jim's not doing so good.
Jim, where are you going?
That'll have to do.
We got tracks right there.
These guys are so close, so close.
It's coming down to the wire. 8 kilometers to the finish, and the prey continue to punish themselves and Mantracker.
I had a bright red backpack. Bad choice.
The prey sneak back into the bush while the trackers look for sign.
Whether the people knew it or not, they were really putting us at a disadvantage. Gravel roads are not real great for horses. Because of the sharp rocks, it's like walking down a gravel road in your bedroom slippers.
The reason we're taking this trail is that if you look at the rocks ahead of us, they're sticking up in all different directions. You can turn over on your ankle in a flash. We're hoping that the same will go for the horses.
Looks like they've gone right around. Is there another way around this?
Yeah, there's another quad trail around to the right. It'll take us around the bottom of this swamp.
Mantracker is sick of playing cat and mouse. It's time to put these challengers in their place.
There are so many different trails back here. You get tripped up easily.
The trail we're on is not even on the map. Just as easy as we found a good way, Mantracker could too.
Can't be that much farther behind them. There's lots of tracks. Every mud hole we come to, they're really, really fresh. We're just trying to find a spot up here somewhere where we can actually catch them.
We've been in thick bush with lots of cover. This field wasn't offering any of those things to help us.
It didn't sit quite well with me. I knew we would be like sitting ducks.
What do we got coming up here?
The road meanders along the side of a big old farmer's field that's half grown up in brush.
Open country. It's what the trackers have been waiting for.
Go! Go!
The duck and cover strategy has served them well the past 2 days. Now, it's the only option.
Here's one. Oh, you're both here.
Here! Here! Give it up! Just follow her. Give it up! Give it up! Give it up! Give it up!
Hey, bud.
Give it up! Give it up! Give it up!
All of a sudden, I heard this voice yell out, "There's one," and I knew I was had.
My heart sank. I was so disheartened. I thought, this can't be happening. This can't be real. I didn't believe that we were going to be caught.
I tried my best. I ran everywhere I could go, but these horses, they're agile.
It was just like a rodeo. She had a determination to get away.
Right at the end, he actually ran into my horse with his shoulder. He kind of hit a roadblock, so he gave up at that point.
It's your red pack, I told you.
It was.
It was the pack.
Good job, buddy.